Welcome to the SHU Sports Report. I'm Diana Canizaro. Alongside with me is Aaron Burrell. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season. It's been a while since our last show, but it's time to jump right into all the action that went on for Sacred Heart Athletics.
The men's basketball team started 2016 in the middle of a 5-game road trip. The road trip started all the way out in Illinois, where the Pioneers took on Big Ten opponent Northwestern. The Pioneers were unable to slow the Wildcats' hot shooting and fell 103-67. In the last game of 2015, the Pioneers faced Hofstra, but were unable to hold them off and fell 80-73 to round out their non-conference schedule. The team began 2016 at Robert Morris to open up conference play and pulled out a 69-65 win over the perennial powerhouse. Kane Broom scored a career-best 33 in the win, helping the sophomore to earn his second NEC Player of the Week award of the season. In the second game of the team's Pennsylvania road trip, the team was unable to complete the weekend sweep and fell 84-80 to St. Francis University. The Pioneers had their NEC home opener against Fairleigh Dickinson on January 7th. However, the team was unable to get the win in front of their home crowd, falling 80-68. In their second NEC home game, the team took on Wagner, but couldn't come away with the win, falling 76-59. The team will take on in-state rival Central Connecticut on Thursday. Catch all the action over on necfrontrow.com at 7 p.m.
In women's basketball, the Pioneers traveled to State College, Pennsylvania to face the Penn State Nittany Lions, falling 83-46 before returning home to close out the non-conference schedule. SHU hosted Buffalo at Coach by Court on December 29th. Senior forward Alyssa Tarsi and senior guard Kelsey Castro both led the team in double-digit points, while Hannah Kimmel was 1 point behind them but led the team with 9 rebounds. The Pioneers lost the contest by a final score of 66-53. Then, as the Pioneers went into the new year, they hit the road to Robert Morris for their first Northeast Conference matchup of the season. Hannah Kimmel led SHU and tied for a game best with 22 points, but the team couldn't finish with the win, falling 78-63. However, 2 days later, the Pioneers were able to come together as a team, snapping the 3-game losing streak. We'll have more from women's basketball a little later.
The women's ice hockey team is off to a great start in 2016, opening the new year 5-1 and winning the DoubleTree Hockey Classic. We're going to send it over to Taylor Krimmel, who has SHU's women's ice hockey head coach, Tom O'Malley, in this week's Coach's Corner.
Thank you, Aaron, and thanks, Coach O'Malley, for being here with us today. And as mentioned, your team has started the new year 5-1, recently coming off a victory at the DoubleTree Hockey Classic tournament with a tournament title. The team seems to be playing their best hockey of the season. Can you talk about the team's performance over the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's been great. From in the new year here, we started off with Salem State a week ago Saturday and just came out and played a really great game and won that game 7-1. And then on Sunday, we played St. Anselm College and one of our rival teams. And we played a great game. I mean, we lost the game 3-2, but it was probably one of the best college hockey games all year. It was just up and back. It was just a really great game, skill on skill, speed on speed. And unfortunately, we didn't get the win that day, but it was definitely a boost for us. So, and then going into the week, we had a great week up in University of Southern Maine. We won 2 games, 2-0 the first day, and 2-1 the second day. We got an overtime winner for us. Brittany Smith scored that goal, and it was awesome. And then we went up to the DoubleTree Hockey Classic up in Burlington, Vermont, and we won 5-0 the first day against Plymouth State, and then 5-0 again against the host team, St. Michael's College, on Saturday. So 5-1 on the new year, it's great. So
yeah, it's definitely a great way to start off the new year. So in particular, I want to talk about the 2 senior goalies, Amanda Fontaine and Nicole McGee. They've been playing tremendous hockey, recording a shutout in 3 of the last 4 games. Can you talk about the confidence that having those 2 in the net gives to your team?
Yeah, they've been playing great all year. I mean, going back from the start of the year, they've steadily, kept getting stronger. I call it the snowball effect. They're getting stronger as the year's going along. Snowball effect meaning like when a snowball rolls downhill, it gets bigger, stronger, and that's just the way they've been playing. It's like I'll stop you best, and both of them. Going back a few weeks ago with Wesleyan University, one of our rival teams, and they beat us last year, and we weren't too happy about that. We had a real nice win with Nicole and net, and that really really jump-started things, propelling us in through the month of December, and then of course here in the new year. So, yeah, they've been rock solid in net for us. The team knows when they're in there, either of them, that that they're going to take care of things in our end defensively. Naturally, the rest of the players need to help out that end too. But yeah, it's just they've been playing great for us, and it's enabled us to score a lot of goals down the far end, knowing that things are going to be all set down our end too.
Definitely. And you guys moved into the Sports Center of Connecticut last season, and over break, the locker rooms were renovated. So can you talk about what that's like in the new locker room and what that does for the program going forward?
Yeah, first of all, we have a real nice facility there at the Sports Center of Connecticut. Our locker room was already really nice. And what we did was we put in a new bench system complete with lift-up seats that, just it's more spacious now. It's more in line with every other major college hockey locker room in the country. And, we had spoken with the girls about it, that we were going to get it done, but it's sort of, I don't think they were thinking about it when we went into the Christmas break. Maybe a few of them were, but anyways, it was a nice surprise for them when they came back, and that just, it's just a good feeling all around. It's also going to help us with our recruiting too. When we bring in a prospective student athlete and they see our facility, the arena itself, and then, the locker room and all that goes along with that, it's really going to help us to bring in, fine college hockey players also.
Definitely. That should be great for the future. And
yes.
Thanks a lot for joining us in the Coach's Corner today, Coach. Sacred Heart women's ice hockey team will be back at home this Friday in the Sports Center of Connecticut, hosting Stevenson at 7 p.m. And now we're going to send it back to the desk.
Thanks, guys. Pleasure hearing from you.
The men's ice hockey team has started out 2016 on a 4-game unbeaten run. The Pioneers started the new year with a 2-game home series against Niagara. On the 2nd, the Pioneers welcomed the Purple Eagles to the Milford Ice Pavilion, where they strolled to a 5-0 win. In the second game, a day later, the Pioneers were put to the test and pulled out a win in overtime, with the game winner coming from Justin Danforth. Brett Magnus made a combined 75 saves in the 2 wins. In the team's first away game of the new year this past weekend, SHU earned a point with a 1-1 tie at Army West Point. Then, in the home matchup against the Black Knights, the team won 4-1, extending their unbeaten run to 4 games. Coming off their hot start to 2016, Brett Magnus was named AHC Goalie of the Week, while Justin Danforth was named NCAA Hockey's #2 Star of the Week. The team is back in action on the 15th of January as they travel to Mercyhurst.
We're going to send it over now to Adam in the Update Corner. Adam, what do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. SHU Wrestling made a statement at the Wilkes Open with a pair of top 3 finishes on December 28th, led by junior Conan Schuster, winning the 174-pound championship. Schuster was absolutely dominating competition, winning 4 straight matches to win the title. Also making it onto the podium was Elliot Antler, who went 3-1 on the day in the 184-pound weight class to take 3rd place. This past Saturday, the Pioneers fell 23-18 to VMI, with Brandon Levick and Sasha Olenek recording pins. Sacred Heart returns to the mats on Saturday, hosting Buffalo at 7 p.m. in the William H. Pitt Center. The men's track and field teams competed at the Yale Classic this past weekend. The men won gold and silver in the 2 events. Quahim Dufane and Daniel Graw took 1st and 2nd in the 60-meter dash, separated only by 0.01 seconds to qualify for the IC4A championships, while Sean Ferguson and Trevor Guerrera would go 1 and 2 in the 1-mile run, posting times of 4 minutes 15 seconds and 4 minutes 17 seconds respectively. Kayla Lawrence was the lone ECAC qualifier for the women, recording a time of 1 minute 15.72 seconds in the 500 meters en route to winning her first career Northeast Conference Track Athlete of the Week award on Monday. Sacred Heart competes at 2 events this weekend, beginning with the Harvard University multi-events on Friday. That's all we have from the Update Corner. Now back to Aaron and Diana.
Thanks, Adam. Always a pleasure.
Now we go back to the women's basketball team who continued their Pennsylvania road trip against St. Francis University. Kimmel and Castro led the Pioneers in points with 25 and 18 respectively, a new personal best for Castro. Alyssa Tarsi grabbed 14 total rebounds, allowing the Pioneers to claim an 81-77 victory for their first conference win of the season. Sacred Heart welcomed Fairleigh Dickinson University for a Saturday matinee. The Pioneers entered the game undefeated when hosting the Knights at the Pitt Center. Let's dive into the highlights to see if they were able to move on to 14-0 at home against FDU. First quarter senior center Erica Livermore off the backboard makes it in, 16-9 FDU. Livermore, again, Sacred Heart can't seem to stop their offense. 2011 Knights with the lead. They pass to Eric Stork. Hannah Kimmel gets the turnover, misses, rebounds, and the putback for two. SHU's up by 1. The Knights trying to get the lead back. Brianna Thomas with the 3. Senior guard Kelsey Castro misses, rebounds, and gets it in. Final minutes, Williams sees Tarsi inside for the basket. This gives Sacred Heart a 5-point lead. The Pioneers were able to stay ahead and defeat the Knights 72-61. Moving on to Wagner at Sacred Heart this past Monday night, Kimmel and Tarsi both had double-doubles. Kimmel led with 24 points and 10 rebounds, finishing the game just 1 point shy of the 1,000 career point milestone, as Tarsi had a total of 12 points and 15 rebounds. Let's take a look at the action. First quarter, Sacred Heart with the lead, up by 10. Hannah Kimmel with the steal. She drives it right in for the layup. Junior guard Jasmine Nawaji shoots for a three-pointer, 27-16 SHU. Sophomore guard Takira Carter finds her way to the inside for the basket. Then guard Tanisha Russell gets double-teamed. Pioneers up by 8. Kimmel with the steal for the layup to keep SHU ahead. Wagner scores a 3, but it isn't enough. Sacred Heart takes the lead 73-62. Don't forget to catch the next NEC matchup as the Pioneers travel to St. Francis, Brooklyn on Saturday, January 16th at 1 p.m. And then again on Monday versus Central Connecticut State University at the Dietrich Gymnasium in New Britain, Connecticut at 7 p.m. Be sure to watch both games on the necfrontrow.com.
Well, that's all we have for you guys, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the same place, same time next week.